Welcome to the programme. In the last episode, episode 15, we showed a clip from 1989 of horse-drawn vehicles in Murroe. It got a great response. People recognised themselves and their neighbours in the old footage. So in this episode, we are including more footage from 1989. So see who you can recognise, or maybe you were in it yourself. We look first at Glenstal pitch and putt and wonder who was on the course on the day of filming in 1989. Who shot the pheasant? Who shot JR? From the magnificent Mulcair River, Richard Keyes has some help landing a fine salmon. Much of the upland of Murroe is forested, providing great opportunities for forest walks. Pat O'Malley and Bob Kennedy planned their hike at the map outside the Garda station. Dennis and Maureen O'Malley take Marie for a walk in Glenstal Woods, which is teeming with wildlife. There are over 100 miles of forest road between Murroe and silver mines. Alice Flynn, Cub Scout leader with Cub Scouts at Ballyvoreen campsite. A canoeist in the Clare River at Clare Glens. Who is the person under the helmet, braving the rushing water? Millbank in 1989 and Renton Irish Cottage, Murroe. Powers Pub Abington and the Valley Inn, Murroe. Croker's wasn't built then. The Village from the Air in 1989. Dan Deneen was the leader of the Tidy Towns efforts back then, as he is today. Where are all his young helpers now? Girl Guides and their leaders enjoy the facility of the cottage in Glenstal, with games galore. Young dancers and musicians entertain the senior citizens at a party in the Chock and Ceol, the House of Music. Wasn't it great to see the young of the parish entertain the older citizens? There are too many to name individually here. Can you name the young people dancing in their fine costumes and the musicians? Can you also name the senior citizens in the film clip? Alas, a number of them are no longer with us. It's good to have great memories. The children in Skull were in Murroe, being taught by Maureen Fitzgerald in 1989. Now some of those in the clip have children themselves attending the school. A wedding at Boher Church. Name the bride and groom. the late Paddy Fitzgerald chairing a meeting of Murroe Community Council. John Egan working in his modern dairy with the milk being collected from the farm. No more going to the creamery. As the creamery wasn't needed anymore, it was acquired by the community and turned into an enterprise centre for small local businesses to rent. A mixture of offices and workshops. The businesses that were there in 1989 have changed a great deal by today. Some have flourished and grown and moved to larger premises. There are currently 14 businesses in Abington Enterprise Centre, with up to 40 people employed there. Apart from the walks and trails, the large area of forest above Murroe provides employment in the commercial forestry activities: planting, harvesting, haulage, ground preparation and road building. The Benedictine community of Glenstall Abbey plays a key role in the life of the Murroe community. We took a look at some of the monastic life of prayer And we also look at their famous icon chapel. Father Simon Sleeman of Glenstall Abbey is the chairman of Murroe Community Council. We finish with another look at lovely Clare Glens. The gathering takes place in 2013 and Murroe is holding a week of welcomes from the 8th to the 18th of March 2013. Now Amanda Slattery of Ballyhowra Development puts it in the national and Ballyhowra perspective for us. And John Hassett of Ballyhowra and Murroe details the progress in Murroe.
Hello, my name's Amanda Slattery and I'm Tourism and Heritage Officer for Ballyhowra Development. We're a local action group and we cover areas of North Cork and South East County Limerick. And I'm just going to give you some information around 3 projects that we're currently involved in. One is Ireland Reaching Out, the other is the Gathering 2013 and the third is the Historic Graveyard Survey project. The Ireland Reaching Out project came about in 2010 and 2011 and it was the brainchild of a businessman named Mike Feerick. Mike, having spent some time in Israel, realised that the Israelis knew where their diaspora were and he realised the power in that. And he felt in coming back to Ireland that maybe he could try and do something similar, because we do know that the Irish diaspora is in excess of 70 million around the globe, and to harness the power of the diaspora for Ireland in this day and age would be a wonderful thing to do. Mike then got funding through the Department of Foreign Affairs and they set about doing a pilot. And the pilot, he felt, would be in no better place than South East Galway, his own home place. And that pilot began in 2010. And the core idea really is that rather than wait for someone abroad in America or Australia to try and trace their roots back to Ireland, that communities and parishes within Ireland would do that for those people coming back, and ultimately to try and bring them home for a week of welcomes, a celebration of their Irish roots. So that pilot began in 2010. And in the latter end of 2011, I became aware of this project and thought, maybe it could be something that we could do with communities in the Ballyhowra region. So at the start of 2012, we undertook a training programme where interested communities were able to learn more about genealogy and the census and Griffith's valuation and all the information required in tracing ancestry roots. We also looked at the archaeology and the built environment and learned about our landscape as well, and I suppose learned about the really lovely environment that we have in Ballyhowra country, and that maybe our visitors coming back would like to see more of that unspoilt landscape, and learn again more about their ancestry in Ireland. The weeks of welcomes are a real key part of that. And during 2013, many of our communities that are taking part in Ireland Reaching Out are going to do weeks of welcomes, events that will be built onto their own individual festivals, so that people coming back can learn again more about their roots, maybe go to see the graveyards, see their ancestral plots, and possibly even meet relations that they never knew existed before now. So it is a very powerful thing, what I would call a slow burner of a project, but I think that it has great merit already, and we can see the messages that are already coming through the Ireland Reaching Out website, as each parish has their own little website within this website, so people abroad can leave messages and maybe fill in more of their own family trees. Again, it's a volunteer effort, very time heavy versus cost heavy, but we we sincerely hope that we will see lots of people coming home to us in 2013. As another layer to this project, Fáilte Ireland developed the Gathering 2013, and the Gathering, again, a little bit like Ireland Reaching Out, is looking for people of Irish descent to come home, making 2013 their year to come home. And they're also looking at the new Irish, people that have made their homes in Ireland from the Celtic Tiger years, and looking at those people bringing their family back to Ireland during 2013. So it's got a much wider scope. The idea is that we can make Ireland once again stand on the map in a global context, that we are still here and that we still have a lot to offer to our tourists. Ireland Reaching Out, when we're focusing on people that are coming back to trace their roots, has a very important message. But with the Gathering, it means that there's going to be lots and lots of events throughout all of 2013. So for people coming home, they can really make a good holiday for themselves in Ireland during that year. And I suppose another layer to these projects I mentioned at the start is the Historic Graveyard Survey project. And this has been a really important project for us. We've been working with John Tierney of Octra in training communities how to record and digitally record their historic graveyards in their communities. And by using technology such as GPS cameras, different lighting methods, we're able to read very old headstones. And what I find really important about this is that we're capturing a picture of genealogy that in another 10 or 15 years may not actually be visible anymore, because in older graveyards some of the headstones are going back to 1730 and 1740, and if we don't capture that information now, it could be lost for future years. So we're doing quite a lot of work on this. And the other important part of that is, in Ireland, due to the Civil War, with the burning of the forecourts, a lot of our records and a lot of our information went up in smoke, literally. So by recording the graveyards, we are capturing another 100 odd years of information. And all of the information that I'm talking about is available on 3 websites. For Ireland Reaching Out, it's irelandexo.com, and by logging on there you can locate your parish of where your people came from, and you can start actually talking to people in the communities who may be able to give you more information. The other website is thegatheringireland.com, and The Gathering Ireland is listing all of the events that are going to be happening during 2013 and is very active. More and more events are being added on each day as we come towards the end of 2012. And the Historic Graveyards project is on a website called historicgraves.ie. And a very neat little part of that website is that you can put in a family search, and by putting in the surname and roughly the location of where you think your family may have been buried, it will bring up that data for you. So they're 3 very useful tools, and we shall continue in Ballyhara country with communities like Murroe and Boher to make 2013 a wonderful year for our people to come home.
Good morning, my name is John Hassett, and I was speaking this morning in 2 roles. One as a parishioner of Murroe, and the other as Enterprise Officer with Ballyhara Development. And we're very interested in driving this Ireland Reaching Out project for the area. And as a parishioner, I'm very interested in driving the actual project for the benefit of the parish. It's a fantastic initiative where we hope to get individuals who have left the parish, or descendants of individuals who left the parish, for to come back and see where their people lived and where they're buried, and hopefully meet some of their relations also. So what we're doing in the parish is we have distributed a questionnaire with the assistance of An Post and some volunteers in the area to every household. And this questionnaire asks for your details, but more importantly details of any members of your family in the past who have left the area, and if you have their contact details, that you might include those on the questionnaire, that we could make contact with them and invite them back to the village next year for the week of welcomes. Alongside this, we're also conducting a graveyard survey Clonkeen is already completed, and some of the details are being uploaded onto the web already, and we are currently working to get Abington completed, as well as Anna and Ballinor graveyards. And this is a great resource because when individuals are tracing their family tree, they can be often unfortunate enough that they may not be able to find records, and one of the best sources of records is graveyard records. You know, they can give an invaluable date. That is underway at the moment, and we hope that by mid-September that will be completed and we can upload all those details onto the web. So if you want to get involved, or if you want to contact some of your relations overseas and that, you might ask them to check out the Ireland Reaching Out, the Ireland XO website, and log into the Murroe section of that website. And we have some individuals contacting us already. We have had a handful of visitors who have visited the parish already and met with people who have shown them their church records and their graveyards, and also. So that's it, basically.
Another visit now to Powers in Abington for some music from Jody. Garda McGlinchy covers safety and security in the summer season in Murroe or wherever you are.
Hello, my name is Garda McGlinchy and I'm attached to Murroe Garda Station. We are now in the summer months and I would like to give you some advice as regards road safety, festivals and the dangers of water. As you know now, we are now in the summer months and people are on holidays. And the Gardaí would like to take this opportunity to remind people about the dangers associated with the road, and especially at this time of the year with tractors. We especially appeal to farmers who have children at home who might like to go for drives on the tractor, be it in the cab or on the trailer. We'd like to remind you about the dangers associated with same and to take every necessary precaution. Farm deaths are reducing year on year, and it is only with the help of the farmers and public at large that we can continue this reduction. We appeal to all farmers: do not take unnecessary risks with children. Do not have them on trailers. Do not have them on the back of the tractor where they may be in danger of falling off. If you have to carry a child in the tractor, please do it in a a safe way. Many tractors now have the cabs on them with extra seats. Please use them if possible and do not have children standing at the edge of the tractor. As regards people on the road, when you see tractors, please take into consideration that they could be carrying a load and to keep a safe distance from them and to only overtake where it is absolutely safe to do so. We'd also ask people who drive tractors to keep into consideration the people who may be driving behind you, and that when you see a safe place to pull in, please do so and do not have a hold-up of traffic behind you. On the subject of road safety, we also remind people to keep into consideration the new drink driving laws that have come into force during the summer months. There is now a reduction in drink driving and the limits that you're allowed. And it depends on what type of driver you are. If you are a professional driver, it's the amount of drink that you are allowed to take. But as always, the Garda recommend that you would never ever drink and drive, and always try and get a designated driver if you do intend to drink. This rule will be enforced very strictly over the summer months and throughout the year, and there will be no exceptions to the rule. So please never ever drink and drive. On the subject of road safety, we'd also appeal to all parents, especially during these summer months when they would have children at home and visiting. Do not carry over the maximum load that you're allowed in your car, and please ensure that all children wear their safety belts. Anyone that needs a booster seat should always wear a booster seat. And please ensure that all your children are safely buckled in and that they will not come to any harm on the road. While talking about road safety, we also talk about people that are walking on the road. Even in the summer months, you should always wear your high-vis jacket. Even though you might think it is bright when you're outside, the high-vis jacket gives great assurance to yourself when you're walking on the road, but to other road users so they can see you travelling from a distance. Even if it is sunny outside, please wear your high visibility jacket. And especially those who go walking in the evening time, even though it might be bright when you leave, it could be dark or dusk when you return home. So we would appeal to all walkers to use their high visibility vests. To continue on the theme of road safety, we now turn our attention to people who use bicycles. Bicycles are a great way of exercise and a great way of saving on the environment by not using your car. But again, people using bicycles should be aware that they are subject to the rules of the road just like other car users. Wear your high visibility vest, wear your helmet, never travel more than 2 abreast, and when possible keep into the left hand side of the road. We'll now talk about the holidays and people going on holidays, and they might leave their houses vacant for a period of time. Contact your local Garda station to inform them that when you are going. Inform the Gardaí of where you will have a spare key in case an alarm should go off, or that if something does happen to your property, that the Gardaí have someone to contact. Have your house alarmed if possible, and this is a great prevention in preventing crime. Do not leave windows open for airing or any purpose like that. You would be better if you ask someone to come in for an hour or so every day, a friend or a relative, who will do that for you. And as always, keep all valuables out of sight from windows. If possible, have timer switches to come on so that lights can come on in the house. And as I said previously, if you could get a friend or a relative to come in and check the house on you, it would benefit greatly. During the summer periods, as you will know, there are festivals taking place. And here in Murroe we are lucky to be close to the Capmore Show and to the Mary Murroe Festival, to name but 2. These festivals draw huge crowds to the area and provide a great source of income to the community. They bring great life and vibrance to the area. However, unfortunately, sometimes with these festivals you could have crime involved. If you are going to these events, be careful in driving on the road. When you park your vehicle, do not leave anything visible in the vehicle so that an opportunist thief may come along and break into it. Keep all valuables on you, or if you are locking them into the boot, do so safely and without in view of other criminals. These festivals, as I say, draw a huge crowd to places, So be careful, take your time. You will get out there safe, you will get home safely, and don't be in a rush out of car parks. Park your car in a safe environment and do not obstruct people in their houses or in their homes. Finally, when it comes to the summer, we like to talk about water and water safety. Children love water and they love experimenting in the water with swimming and fishing. And in Murroe we are lucky to be surrounded by a lot of water. However, we ask all people to remind, especially younger people, about the dangers of water safety. Never go to a lake or river on your own. Always let someone know where you're going to. And never ever go into water, especially when it's unsafe to do so. Finally, I'd like to remind everyone, if you have access to the internet, look up www.garda.ie, where we get more information on road safety, prevention of crime, and any issue that may affect you and that you want to talk to a Garda about. Always remember you can call to us at Murroe Garda Station at any time, or any local Garda station, and they will give you any information you think you need. At this time of the year, especially now coming to August and September of 2012, there will be renewals of gun licences and firearms. You can obtain new firearm applications from the Garda station, or those that have firearms will receive them in the post. So from Garda Tom McGlinchy and Garda Brian McNamara and Murroe Garda Station, we wish everyone to have a very safe and enjoyable summer, and we look forward to talking to you again.
Our new curate, Father Lachlan Brennan, now gives us a thought for the week.
Hello, my name is Father Brennan, the new curate here in Murroe Boher, and I'd like to give a few points this morning about how to avoid misery. Number 1, how to avoid misery. Choose to love rather than hate. Choose to smile rather than frown. Choose to build rather than destroy. Choose to persevere rather than quit. Choose to praise rather than gossip. Choose to heal rather than wound. Choose to give rather than grasp. Choose to act rather than delay. And choose to forgive rather than curse. And choose to pray rather than despair. And the last, happiness is not a reward, it is a consequence. God bless you all.